Hey, what's up, everybody? If you're joining me today, I am excited. I want to talk to you about reputation and our reputation in business. And maybe you're seeing this behind me right here. Some of these words, these are things that over the last year that I've had people call me or try to place a label on me with. This one was funny. This one came from a Facebook ad, a post that I made that somebody said that I was a Satan worshiper. And does any of this mean that it's true just because somebody said this? In every single one of those situations, it was from people that didn't know me, that don't know who I am, and that haven't spent time with me to work with me in business. And so that's what I want to share with you is your reputation has nothing to do with the judgments and the labels that other people try to place on you. And the more you grow in business, people are going to start labeling you all sorts of manners of things that are against who you truly are. Your reputation has nothing to do with the labels that people try to put on you. It has everything to do with who you are, what's inside of you, and how you treat other people. It has everything to do with the truth of your integrity. And oftentimes when people try to put labels on us, it's them trying to turn us, label us into who they think that we need to be for them to have power over us by projecting a version of the experiences that maybe they think that we are based on. It could be a vibe that they're getting. It could be something that maybe they've seen somebody that looks or sounds like you, and it's a projection of their own pain. And so when we can come higher to a higher level and see it through a lens of compassion and kindness, we can see that those labels have nothing to do with us. It has everything to do with the worry and the fear that other people have. Now, if any of these things were true, that's different. If any of these labels were truthful, and anybody that knows me knows that they're not truthful, if they came to me and said, hey, Jeremiah, if I had somebody that speaks into my life, a mentor, somebody that has worked with me long term and came to me and said these things to me and said that they were true, I would say, okay, I'd have to evaluate and look at my life and say, what have I done wrong here? But when you know who you are, when you accept who you are and you're not worried about what other people say about you, other people's words about you, the labels that they place on you, have no ability whatsoever to affect your reputation. And here's what I will do. I'm going to take these words, crumple them up, throw them and burn them up, because none of those things have any basis or power over my life. But oftentimes I've seen and I've experienced myself the fear and the worry of other people thinking things about us that aren't true, having control over us. We become worried, well, if people say this to other people and a rumor spreads and gossip spreads about me and people think stuff like that, it's going to hurt me. It's going to hurt my reputation. It's going to hurt my opportunities. It's going to hurt these things. Again, what other people say about you has no power to affect your reputation if it is not based in truth about how you treat other people, about who you are, and about what you have done and your integrity that comes from within. And so you have to have a powerful sense of self-belief in yourself, a powerful sense of self-acceptance, a healthy self-image of knowing who you are and knowing the truth about how people experience you. Are you perfect? No. Can you be unkind? Yes. Can you make mistakes? Can you be rude to people? Yes. I have made mistakes, been unkind, been rude to people over the last year, and I've had people that I love call me out on those things, and I've made it right quickly. I've said, hey, I am so sorry for that. But we can't allow the fear and the worry about how other people may unjustly and wrongly judge us keep us from walking powerfully, keep us from being courageous, keep us from showing up as our authentic, genuine self in every single situation. People are always going to say things about us. People are always going to believe things based on the projection and the story that they have in their head. Does it make it true just because somebody said it? No, it doesn't. Maybe you've heard that, well, if somebody says something about you, there must be a piece of truth in that. That's the biggest lie I've ever heard in my entire life. When you know who you are, when you have healthy relationships, when you have healthy people around you, and that is why we are made for relationships. We are made for community. We are made for having healthy people in our lives that we can talk to about stuff, that can call us on our issues, that can call us out on things, that we can trust what they say about us to be true. We don't have to worry about the judgments from strangers. We don't have to worry about the things that people that don't know us say about us. We don't have to worry about people trying to put labels on us to try to control us, to try to get a discount on a product or service, to try to make us be afraid, to try to, here's one that I like, people put a label on you so that you can talk them up to another person and then they'll take the label off of you. It's mob tactic manipulation. It's what the mafia does. It's intimidation tactics. It's a control tactic that people try to do. They put these labels on us, and if somebody knows that you're afraid of getting labeled in a certain way, bad people will use that against you to try to control you. And that's what had been happening in my life when I had experienced those things. Now, I know that nothing that anybody says about me has power over my life, has power over my future. And that's what I want to share with you. Nothing that anybody says about you has power over your life or power over your future or power over your opportunities or your destiny. You have to believe this, my friends. You have to step into this belief and step out of the belief that other people's opinions have power over our lives. Step into the truth that you are the only one that decides and dictates where you're going, what you get to do, and how you are going to live your life. It has nothing to do with what other people say about you. And when you walk in that integrity, when you walk in that powerful authority, when you walk in the belief about yourself, you don't have to worry about what might happen if somebody thinks something about you, somebody says something about you. Now, I had it happen last week. When somebody comes to me and says something like that, I just laugh it off. I just completely laugh at it. A couple years ago, it would have bothered me. Why? Not because any of it was true, but because I thought that other people's words had power over my life. Your identity is not built on the words that other people say and create about you. The words that other people try to say to try to control you, to try to change you, to turn you into the version of yourself that they need you to be able to control you. I'm going to say that again. The version of yourself that other people need to project onto you, they need you to be able to control you, has no power over your life. Unless you give it power. Unless you allow it to have power, unless you explicitly decide and make a decision, other people's words have power over my life. If you believe that right now in this moment, those words will have power over your life. And they will have power until you stop believing that and start believing, I am a powerful person. What other people say about me has no basis on my destiny, on my future, what I'm allowed to do, what I have permission to do, what I can go out and do. I am the one creating my life. I am the one defining my destiny. I am the one that is choosing and charting my course for where I want to go. Nobody else. And when you decide that, when you make that decision for yourself, your whole life changes. Your whole life opens up for you. You do not have to live your life based on the versions or the words that other people have placed on you, unless you want to. Do I want to live my life based on those words that people said about me? Absolutely not. And not a single one of those words was true. And yet, if I let it get into my headspace, if I let it get into my thoughts, if I get into overthinking, well, why would somebody say this about me? Well, why would they think this? Well, what did I do wrong? Well, what did I, and I start worrying about what might happen if people think things about me, what might happen if people say something about me, and I start worrying about that, and I allow that worry and that fear to control me. I am a prisoner to other people's beliefs about me. And so I want to challenge you today. If you have been living your life as a prisoner to worry and fear about other people's opinions about you, break free from it. It is a choice that you get to make for yourself, to believe in yourself, to believe in who you are, to believe in where you're going, and to choose to chart your path for your future, regardless of what anybody else says or thinks about you. When you make that decision, you don't worry about what other people think about you. You don't worry about what they say. Do I care what my wife says about me? Absolutely. She's my wife. She knows me. She spends every single day with me. Do I care what the clients that I work with every single day say and think about me? Absolutely. Do I care what Joe Schmo on the street who found my Facebook ad thinks about me? Absolutely not. And even if we got on a free call together and maybe even had one coaching call, I still don't care. That comes through relationship. That comes through trust that's built over time. Trust goes two ways, my friends. You need to stop letting the words that people think about you and say about you get into your head and control your life. For you to create the life that you know is possible for you, you have to leave behind the worry and the fear that other people's opinions about you matter. That other people's opinions about you have power. That other people's opinions about you and the words that they say about you have the ability to affect your reputation. Stop believing that and start believing this. My reputation comes from the truth of who I am, the integrity that I live in, and the truth about my life. And if other people cannot accept that or see that, they were never meant to be in my space, period, end of story, whatsoever, at all. And then start living your life with that belief. You will attract the right people in your life and you will detract the wrong people. I guarantee you this video made a handful of people unfollow me and probably will never listen to a thing I say again. Totally fine. But I also know that it has built trust and connected with other people that have watched this video. And so that's what you need to do, my friends. Don't be afraid of the words that people say about you getting out. Don't be afraid of the things that people think about you getting out there and affecting you. If you believe that the power of other people's words has power to dictate your future, you will be prisoner to other people's opinions about you. Instead, know who you are. Instead, no longer worry and fear what people think about you. Instead, choose what your destiny and your future is, regardless of other people's opinions. And take your actions and make your decisions that come from within, that come from knowing who you are, that come from getting good wisdom, good guidance, having good mentors in your life. And if you're somebody that's building a business right now and you need help knowing what the right path, what the right decisions to make in your business are, I would love to help you with that. I'd love to help you make the right decisions to get more sales in your business online on the internet. You can click the link on this post and schedule a free 15-minute call with me, and we can talk about where are you at in your business? Where are you at in your life? What have you experienced in your life? What are you experiencing in your business? Where are you stuck? What is keeping you from getting the sales that you need, that you know are possible for you? And start to create a plan and a strategy that's going to help take you to the next level and get more sales in your business. I'd love to talk with you, and I'd love to help you with that. Other people's opinions and beliefs about you have no power over your life unless you give them that power. Period. End of story.